It's time to gather together. Hi there, I'm Yelta, and I'll be buying the first round while we chat about Final Fantasy XIV. This is episode 151. Pull up a chair and join us. On the menu tonight, big breath, there's lots here, guys. Announcing the Fan Festival 2019 in Paris stage and stream schedule. Valentine's Day comes to Eorzea on January 31st. Winter discount reminder. New merchandise debut at the Fan Festival 2019 in Paris. Join us for Duty Commenced episode 27th on January 25th. Announcing the winners of the Starlight Scenarios comic contest. Final Fantasy XIV fan kit updated. Letter from the producer live part. Lots of numbers at the Paris Fan Festival. The Feast Season 11 results revealed as Season 12 commences. Letter from the producer live part XLVII digest released. We have developers blog. We'll talk about Blue Mage woes, and we have some fan mail. But first, let's shoot the shit. What has been going on this week? Hey, Ruby.
Hi, Yelta.
Hey,
how are you, ma'am?
I am wonderful. How are you?
That's good. That's good. One, I give you a gold star. There was a lot of on the menu tonight. 49 and 48 was what you were looking for on those. The 9 and the VII. Oh,
yeah. Yep.
I think we should name the episode Bacardi.
Bacardi?
Because it's 151.
151. There we go.
Mm-hmm. And I'm here, and I'm alive. And I wish I was drinking Bacardi 151 because I need all the strength and energy I can get. I want to first apologize to the listeners. We've had a little bit of a break, and that's on your boy Ruby here. I tweeted this out the other day, but I have been fighting an incredibly tough cold, which I still am not sure if I have strep throat or not yet. I'm going to the doctor here very soon to figure out what the fuck is wrong with me. But my throat's been on fire. I've had laryngitis. I'm going to sound like shit tonight, but at least I sound a lot better than I did earlier this week. But I did get to play. So I'll talk about what I did when we played. We've got a lot to share, a lot of good news. I was trying to tell this to Yelta. I wanted to frame this in such a way that I wasn't whining about being sick. And I was kind of bitching the other day on Twitter about my January's feeling kind of shitty. But I feel like it's kind of one of those scripted boss fights where you have to take the L, like Sigma hits you or whatever, and you're like on your knees, and then Zero comes out and fills your health bar back up, and you're able to do something, some scripted RPG fight, whatever. And I'm coming back. I'm not quite out for the count, like you thought it was over, but Ruby's back. So things are on the come up. Let's talk about what I did this past week, or 2 weeks, or whatever. And that was play a lot of patch 4.5, part 1. Cleared the story, obviously. Amazing story. Are we doing spoilers? It's been a fucking month.
Okay, so I usually base when I feel comfortable talking about spoilers, and it's when my husband Ulf gets through it. He got through it very, very quickly. It wasn't very long. The storyline itself wasn't very long or arduous to get through. So I think it's been another extra week or so we would have normally recorded. So yeah, I think go for it.
Well, and I think the only spoiler I would say is it just stopped so abruptly. I mean, there wasn't really much for spoilers in it other than, Daddy Emperor comes to the table with the whole host of every good guy leader that you've ever worked with before. They couldn't even get every fucking leader in the shot. I was trying to get some good screenshots, and it's like I have to wait for different angles to get Amaric is cut off at one end, and Akani Sen is cut off at the other. And other than that, and them going, we know what the Asians are up to, but I'm going to try to make one race. So it's just some really fucking Hitler Nazi sounding shit.
Strange shit. I might have left more confused after they recessed and came back, and he gave the second half of his whole talk. I'm like, huh.
Yeah, I mean, it just had this weird genetic, try to make a one man, one world, one race, one religion stuff. It was really something that should have been on Alex Jones' podcast. It was really fucking out there shit. And again, I walked away scratching my head, feeling more confused than when I walked into the meeting. And then it just ended. Then it was just like, well, Alphano and Alizé and everybody is kaput, and we'll just put them in the clinic, and it ends. So here we are. My theory is that we're going to have to betray all the Grand Company leaders. Maybe opening wide the gate is letting the Garleans win the next battle. and just fucking, if you want to take it literally, opening a gate and letting them win the fight, and the Grand Company leaders going, "What the fuck are you doing? You just caused us to lose." And then maybe we get warped to whatever dimension or time or whatever happens after that. I don't know, But it's going to be bad. It's going to be weird. And I think we may still be scratching our heads going on to 5.0. But that was basically my storyline impressions. As far as everything else goes, I've been having a good time. I haven't done the EX of Wreath of Snakes. I know you have, Yelta, so I'll let you talk in depth about that. But it seems like it's very fun. And there's a lot of good clears on it. So I'm looking forward to doing it because it's the only EX I haven't cleared yet. So that's going to be nice to get into. I haven't played any Mahjong at all. I've been watching a lot of people play it and seeing a lot of screenshots, and it looks like it could be fun. But again, I still don't know the rules. So I'm hoping when you talk about it, Yelta, you'll tell me that they'll hold my hand all the way through some Mahjong so I can learn something from this. I just haven't had the mental fortitude to learn a new game at this stage. And Blue Mage, I was able to get myself up from the brink of death to log on that Tuesday. In fact, that was probably the first day I was starting to kind of get like, my throat's kind of itchy. Was the Tuesday that Blue Mage came out. And I had a blast. That first day was a fucking amazing day. Mainly because everybody in the free company were on, and we were just like, let's all join up. So, some of us were in our own groups, and some were doing some solo things, and like all things Blue Mage, at least for that first week, when you go to an area that you're supposed to unlock one of the skills, there's just a ton of people already there, and I saw friends and free company members there. It was like, let's join up and see if we can get these. So I believe it was like myself, I'm trying to think of the free company members. Bill Mardigan was there, and a couple others. I think Frey and one other. We were we were trying to get the boost ability from the hogs, and we got around 22 mark. We're like, well, let's go into the first dungeon, see if we can get the Mind Flayer ability. And we all went together as a group of 4. First, we walked in there. We were wearing the shit gear that we were, like, let's get 30% experience up gear that are all level 1 and had shit stats. And that first boss was wrecking us. It's like, well, okay, this is a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. And I only had like 4 abilities. Some had more. Somebody in our group already had Mighty Guard and White Wind. So we're like, okay, let's step out 5 minutes, get new gear, come back in. So we did that, and we were able to get a better idea of, better strategy, and we were able to beat the 4 bosses, or the 3 bosses going into the last boss. When we got to the last boss, we did like a kite strategy. So I basically went ham and then ran around in circles. And then we got to a point where we were able to clear all the ads. I stopped so he could actually do the ability that we're supposed to see. And then we trashed him. And it had that kind of Final Fantasy XI, I'm a red mage, but undergeared. I'm gonna stun and bind and put a heavy on it and see if I can kite around so I can get it cleared. And it was fun. We had a blast. We were on Discord and we're shouting, and it was a very, very good time. And we had tremendous luck. We got the ability on the first try. I think that's maybe the multiplier from having 4 blue mages. If one learns it, all of them learn it. And I had some tremendous luck that day getting abilities. I think I ended up getting like 12, 13 abilities on that first day. And then my health took a turn for the worse. I logged in soon after when I felt good enough to, and I got a few more abilities. I still got a ways to go. I haven't done Mass Carnival yet. And, mixed bag on that one. And we are going to talk about Blue Mage Woes later in the podcast. But, I'm hearing good things about it, and it looks exciting. But I've also seen a video of somebody doing like the like Final Sting or the explosion thing, and they're able to beat it in seconds. And that to me is not what I expected out of Mass Carnival. I thought there would be some kind of like strategy, not just blow myself up and beat it as fast as possible. So we'll see, and we would love to get your comments on Blue Mage. Not just I fucking hate Blue Mage, but like some constructive criticism about Blue Mage itself in its current form. I would love to hear the listeners' thoughts about that one. But beyond all that, I feel like I've done most of the stuff other than the very high-level things in patch 4.5. And I'm really excited about the FanFest news that's going to come out. Of course, we've got that coming up this coming weekend. We've got some cool collaborations coming up we'll talk about right after Let's Shoot the Shit. And I'm really excited to see a job reveal, I think. That may help some of the negative Blue Mage is a limited job kind of stuff, especially if we get to hear like what the Gun Mage is, or if we get some wild healer. I think we probably need something on the lines of a DPS, though, if you're going to quell the anger of those that thought they could use Blue Mage in unlimited content. But we'll see how it goes. It should be a blast. I'm looking forward to new news, and we're getting into like kind of past this dead zone. Even though 4.5 was here, 4.5 was over very quickly. So we need some news, we need some energy, and I'm looking forward to that. So I'm going to kick it over to you, Yelta. Tell us about, I know you did a lot, what you did the last 2 weeks. I have a little
paragraph here in the notes. Yeah, I also, of course, buzzed right through the main scenario. I enjoyed it for what it was. Again, I feel like it was very short. And I knew it was just going to I figured it would end on a cliffhanger. It just kind of ended with, well, we don't know what else to do, so we'll wait. I don't know. I did do the new 24-man, did you do the 24-man?
Oh, absolutely. I'm sorry I skipped that. Yeah, I very much enjoyed the new 24-man. And it's, just to share that part with it, I love the story of the new 24-man raid because it was very Final Fantasy Tactics. The ending to it, I did shed a tear. It was beautiful, especially the scene of all the Final Fantasy Tactics characters lined up. Even Boko was there. It was brilliantly done. The bosses were great. They're frustrating, at least, the third boss is. It's that Ozma type thing. People need to put their puddles where they need to put them and all that shit. And I have not rage quit, but, like on the 7th wipe, it's like, I'll find another group. It's fine. Otherwise, I think it's great. The music's fantastic. I'm very much a fan of the newest 24-man raid.
I enjoyed the 24-man fights. I don't know. I try not to skip cutscenes, and I try to follow along, but I had no idea what was going on. I didn't know who people have since told me that apparently all the monsters were actually people in Tactics that turned evil or something.
They're the heroes in Tactics, yes. I think they're more guardians in the 24-man raid than they are like evil creatures. I feel like they've taken on a guardianship role, so they're stopping you from getting to Ultima. I could be completely off base with that, but that's at least they are. Agrias is a hero. TG Sid, Mustadio, which is our crazy robot. I did between that fight and the TG Sid fight was one of those butthole puckering, like, what the hell is going on when you do it the first time blind? They were great to me.
Yeah. I actually had posted on Reddit in the Rage thread, the Fuck You Friday thread, about how I liked the fights and the environments, but I didn't really like the story or the characters because I couldn't follow it. And somebody had replied to me, I can see how it would suck if you didn't play Tactics for sure. Not knowing that the first 3 bosses were beloved companions and what the fuck, you have to fight them, and then on the last boss, they come and save the day, which is heartwarming. That wasn't told well at all if you didn't have that background. So I think a lot of people who didn't know or follow Tactics or something, I think we were lost. We really had a hard time keeping track of what the hell was being discussed here.
Yeah.
So, and I had even replied to that saying I tried to keep track of the story and the characters, but I didn't get it. And they're like, a lot of things weren't even mentioned previously very well. So it's kind of a shitty precedent for relying on past knowledge when doing new content based on old games. But, I could see where, like, some of the Final Fantasy XI crossover events would have been confusing, maybe, if you didn't know who Shantoda was, or whatever. So This is just the first time I haven't had any idea what's going on. But that said, I really like running the dungeon. I really like all the fights. I think they're fun. And I have a good time in there. And some people like, there's some of the gear coming out of there has some nice applications as far as glamour goes. So that's nice. All right. Then I cleared the Wreath of Snakes EX, and then I farmed that a little bit. That's a pretty fun primal. I thought it was pretty easy, honestly. I was kind of surprised, especially it being, probably the last primal for this patch cycle, this release. It was really easy, but it's also fun. I actually enjoy running it, even though it's kind of easy, kind of simple, but.
Yeah, Zervan was very hard. I think when 3.5 came out, it wasn't the hardest, but it was still a dance, and there was plenty of room to fuck up in that last phase. Is there a lot of room to fuck up in this one? In the final phase?
There's plenty of room to fuck up, but I don't know. It seems like it's easier to recover, or maybe the DPS race isn't as high. My biggest problem with Zervan was finding a party that wouldn't just bail if you could skip Soar. Like on day one, right? That was, I think, the hardest part with Zervan was getting people willing to sit there and learn it. So yeah, I did that, and I did farm a little bit, but I got my my White Mage Cane out of it and kind of called it a day for now. I have older primals that needed farming, so I did that instead. I did do Tsukiyomi EX, farmed her up and got her dog. I got back into Shinryu EX, and I was scared of that one because there's a lot of mechanics in that fight. We kind of overgear it now, guys. There is shit you survive that you couldn't survive back when I cleared it the first time. So I did not get anything out of that yet, but now I've relearned the fight. I feel comfortable going in there. So I have that dog, and I still have to get the one out of Suzaku. That fight's hard for me. I die a lot on the Simon Says section because I'm assuming my latency, or it could just be I'm dumb. I don't know. But I actually got called out on the 24-man. There's one phase where there's two AoEs that happen, one right after the other, and you just basically stand on the safe side until the first part explodes. Well, occasionally at my house, both of the AoEs resolve and both look red, and you never see one that ever isn't red. So I have some fucked up latency. So I try to be understanding of other people when they die to stuff that is like, and it's very frustrating when you're clearly standing outside of something on my screen. My dead body is in the safe place. It's like, how does that happen? So, let's see. I did also do Blue Mage. I got it up to 50. I didn't have as much fun with you as you in the first dungeon. I ran Tamtara, I don't know how many times. The first time I ran through it, too, it was like, I had the kind of same as you, where somebody had Mighty Guard and, was it White Wind?
Yeah.
So as soon as I got out of that first run, I went to see where you got, I went and talked to the NPC and got my Mighty Guard and my White Wind. I just didn't know I was supposed to talk to the guy yet. So then it went way easy. And honestly, the stats on some of that under 30 gear isn't actually bad. I was having trouble finding stuff that was better. But I don't know. Let's see. I did try some Mahjong. I've read about Mahjong and I've, stuff. There's no tutorial that walks you through it, right? There's something you can read. I also advise you go to the Lodestone's got a Mahjong section. And there are charts out there that show you all of the, I can't remember the name for it, but all the different hands. My biggest problem was I understood very much I have a certain number of tiles, and on your turn you draw a tile, and you can either steal it from someone else, or you draw it off the wall, and then you discard a tile. But I didn't understand that you could still have a hand that matched, but not, but I couldn't understand why it was losing to other hands. And then I found a PDF that showed you a whole bunch of the, and that made it more clear why I couldn't understand what was suggesting that I discard this one instead of that one. But there's a lot to keep an eye on. You got to keep an eye on what other people are discarding and I don't know. It's kind of a deep game. I haven't played against another human being yet because I'm scared to lose points. So I've really only played against the the first novice NPC. That and the games are long. I almost wish you could have like a half game. It's just a really long game.
Well, they acted like they were going to be short games, but I don't. But see, I've never played Mahjong before, so I don't know what a long game in Mahjong is. A 3-hour game or something, you know? So I read these tweets from people who have been longtime players or are really into it, and they will show a hand and they'll say like something good or something bad, and I'm looking at it, and it looks like a foreign language to me. Mm-hmm. I cannot figure out what good thing or what bad thing is even happening on the screen here. So I need to watch that tutorial. I need to read.
You need the PDF with all the hands.
I need the PDF.
Well, there's an idea of like an open, is it open or closed? Like if, I don't know. There's a lot going on. And I'm probably some idiot to any of our listeners who play Mahjong. Like Frey feels bad for beating so many people. He's apparently, he already knew Mahjong. He's good enough at it to beat a lot of people, and it's, I don't know. But again, for me, it's also the length of a mini game in the Gold Saucer. I mean, what are some people saying it's taking them 40 or 50 minutes to finish a whole thing? That's a long time in an MMO to do a little piece of side content. So, I also did the new Air Force One gate. It's cute. It's short. I was actually surprised how easily I got a perfect score on my second try.
Nice! I forgot to do this one.
Yeah, you should do it. I've actually started hanging out in the Gold Saucer more often, and once I remembered that when a gate comes up, you can talk to any of the attendants, and they will teleport you to that gate. You don't have to run halfway across or use the teleport crystals. So. We also did Free Company Map Night. Well, we've done it a couple times now. We did make it to the final invocation of that one where you have the roulette wheel of doom. Mm-hmm. That was cool. I actually tanked that. When we formed up the party, we had like 2 healers and everybody else was DPS, and I'm like, we need someone to switch to tank. And then no one switched to tank, so I did. And I think I only died once. I don't think I got people killed too badly. So it's kind of fun to have content that's easy enough and fun enough and has enough rewards to keep people coming that I feel comfortable taking a job I'm not very comfortable into. So that's kind of cool. And we hit a lot of portals, and we made some money. Then someone's like, can we do some dragon skin maps? We did this another day. Some of the people who that's all they can gather so far or whatever. Man, some of that stuff sells really good.
Really? Maybe because nobody's doing those.
Nobody's doing it, right? So there's music that only comes out of there. One of them was worth like 800,000 gil, and someone bought it. Or was it 400?
Holy shit.
Whatever. It was in the multiples of hundreds of thousands of gil. So, yeah, once in a while, it might not hurt to go do a dragon skin party. Did a couple, thieves maps. It's fun going in there and people are new. And a bunch of us, again, it's always more fun when you're running with your Free Company link shell, Crossworld link shell. We're all in Discord chant and we're all chanting disco floor, and it's a lot of fun. Speaking of Free Company members, we have a lot more. I don't know where you guys are coming from, but thanks.
It's awesome.
Yeah, I said something offhand about a podcast, and one of the new players, I don't know where they came from, but they're like, oh, you guys do a podcast, and I'm like, oh yeah, Ruby and I, the people who started the Free Company. And they're like, huh.
So it's not the podcast bringing the Free Company.
No. So, some are friends of friends, I think. And then there's a couple of people who have renamed their characters through the years. And one of them I invited back today, and because a bunch of us had him on our friend list, and we're like, I don't know this person. They finally said who they were, and I said, oh yeah, they changed their name. That is so confusing. So, welcome to all the new Free Company members. Now we should probably actually do stuff with you.
Exactly.
All right, I had typed in the notes, any new Patreon, and Ruby typed yes.
Yes, we do. So more new stuff coming. We have 2 new Patreons. Varya Kumon And Edson, thank you for being our 2 newest Patreons. So that puts us up to a whopping 4 right now, which is amazing for us. And we are very thankful for our listeners and our Patreon subscribers. We do have benefits. It's out there on our Patreon page. So if you're interested, go to our Patreon. It's Gather Together, or you can search for GTFFXIV, or you can go to our website. We'll list that here in a minute. And there's a link on the right-hand side for Patreon. So check us out. Check out the benefits. This allows us to not only pay for our hosting for the episodes, because we do unlimited hosting. We want you to be able to listen to any of our old episodes without having to delete them. So we have the whole backlog there. But this also allows us to do giveaways, gifts, different kind of contests, and we're hoping for more. You know, we're in the current FanFest season, but we hope in the next couple of years there's another FanFest. So, you know, we look forward to your support as we look forward to the next FanFest, so we can get you news and bulletins right there from the floor. So check us out, and thank you to our Patreons again.
Thank you. And I think you also put in, that we're now on TuneIn.
Yes. So another new thing, we're constantly trying to work on better ways to reach out to our listeners. Patreon was one step. Another step is getting us on other podcast platforms. So about a month ago, Christmas time, I got a Alexa, and I was like, well, let's look for podcasts on Alexa. Well, they use a TuneIn service, and TuneIn. Watch, I'm saying her name. I hope she doesn't.
I'm waiting for her to talk back at you.
There she goes. So the name that shall not be named, but not Voldemort. I was using her for TuneIn, and I couldn't find us on there. So I talked to them, and they were like, we have some issues with SoundCloud, da-da-da. Well, 2 days ago, I don't know that. Thanks. 2 days ago, they got back to me and said, yeah, we actually have got you guys now on the TuneIn service. So I've got a small walkthrough here, because by saying what's her face, I can't seem to get her to find our podcast.
So the voice assistant is not assisting you.
The voice assistant is not being very assisting. So it says, Alexa defaults to the TuneIn skill for listening to podcasts, which has a decent selection of titles for you to subscribe to and listen to. Just head to the Amazon Alexa smartphone app and dive into the music and book section of the menu. Use the play icon bar at the bottom. TuneIn will be listed among the top music services, so tap on that part of the screen. And from there, you should be able to find us. Again, it's under Gather Together or at GTFFXIV. It shouldn't be too difficult. We were at the very top, I think, when we went to go look at it, so not too hard to find us. Just by telling the chick to find us, though, you might have some difficulty. So we're growing. We're doing big things for 2019, and thank you for sticking with us. We plan on doing a lot more. We're just in January. We got 11 more months ahead. So again, some cool stuff that's happening starting next month. On Friday the 1st, as we move into the Paris Fan Fest, we're going to be hanging out with the Shit podcast. She Heals, I Tank is going to have us on Friday night. I think that's going to be live on their Twitch. We'll have some more details by our Twitter. But if you are a fan of She Heals, I Tank, I'm actually going to type that in right now. She Heals, I Tank. So I can get you the actual stuff on Twitter or on Twitch. They do an amazing podcast, and they are at She Heals, I Tank on Twitch. That's all you need to know. So we will be there Friday. I'm not sure about the time. Check their Twitch channel to look at their times, but I think it's going to be their normal. Let's see here, Friday 8 p.m. and that may be Pacific time. I'm just going off of what they've got on their Twitch channel right now. 8 p.m. on Friday, and they've got a countdown to the next episode. I think they do Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturdays. So stay tuned to them to see when we will be on next, but that's going to be Friday the 1st. And then Saturday the 2nd, I'm still waiting for a little bit of a confirmation, but the Work to Game boys are in my neck of the woods. So I think we're going to be going over some FanFest info. I think I'm going to be hanging out with O'Brien at Work to Game talking about Paris FanFest. That's kind of a to be announced sort of deal, but we will tweet that out as well as that collaboration gets going. And if that doesn't work out, we will be on their stuff shortly here, but they've reached out to us and they're a fantastic podcast. They do the YouTube stuff at Work to Game. Let me go to their channel so I can give them a proper shout out. But they do some amazing stuff. It's not all Final Fantasy XIV related, but they do some great stuff on for Final Fantasy XIV. And if you go to YouTube and type in Work to Game, that's Brian and Chris's channel, and they're bringing you hot new news. Sounds like they've been playing a lot of Anthem lately, so check them out for that. And hopefully that stuff works out for Saturday this week, and we'll get you some information about that as it goes. Guys, we're working hard for you. As soon as Rubicon Vale gets his voice back in order and his fucking goes to the clinic and gets some antibiotics, we'll really be cooking for 2019. More cook. My throat won't be cooking anymore. We'll be bringing some good shit. So I'm excited. I'm excited for 2019. I'm excited for the future of Final Fantasy XIV. And I don't know if I'm as excited to go through all this damn news that we've got. But
we'll just read through it briefly, and we'll talk about the highlights.
We got lots. We got lots. So here we go.
All right. So the first round is news.
Wait.
What? Oh, wait.
You can shoot the shit with us on our website.
Oh, my God.
www.
You give a nice segue into the news, and you forgot the website.
And I forgot the website. So you can shoot the shit with us on our website, www.GTFFXIV.com. Yelta, lead us into
all right.
Please.
That is the first round is news. Announcing the Fan Festival 2019 in Paris stage and stream schedule. This stuff is all happening on this coming Saturday. And, of course, Paris, France is a bit ahead of the rest of Ruby and my central time zone. So the stage schedule is up on Saturday, February 2nd, 1 a.m. That's PST, to 2:45. That's the keynote. That's 3 o'clock in the morning, Ruby. I don't know if I'll be up. Well, it's on Saturday. That's into Sunday, right? Or is it Friday night into Saturday?
Friday into Saturday.
Okay.
I think that if I'm working that Saturday, if I'm not, then great.
So we're going to have the keynote and opening ceremony. I hope that they said they're going to have special guests. Maybe we'll get some. It would be really nice to see. We already know Viera are in the game. They exist in the Final Fantasy XIV universe. It'd be fun to see maybe some character creation or something. I know a lot of us are hoping to see a new job reveal or hint. I'm hungry. I'm hungry for more Shadowbringers info, and this is where we're going to get it. Yes. And then they're having a development panel featuring Ayumi Namae. Character concept artist. So, known for character outfit designs, such as Lice and Yoyutsu, which are both interesting. So, they're going to be there for a panel. That'll be cool.
I wonder if they're going to show some Viera stuff.
That would really make people happy. She's going to do a presentation on how outfits are designed for some of your favorite characters. So, I could see them very much talking about stuff they're working on for Shadowbringers. That would be really, really cool. They're going to have a glamour contest. Discover what the community has prepared for the Eorzean Spring Collection 2019. Ruby! What have we been complaining about for how many patches
The Eorzean
now?
Spring Collection.
Where are our Eorzean gear collections? So, but this is coming from the community. They've selected 10 finalists from the Glamour contest, and their outfits will be showcased on stage. And you can vote for your favorite at the event or from home via Twitch. They're going to have a cosplay contest, so that's awesome. We love our cosplayers, right? Love all the things they do. And then a piano concert with Benjamin featuring Susan Calloway. I knew Susan was going. That's awesome.
Yes. Oh, she had on her Twitter feed, she was singing Oblivion, and she says, "Get ready to see me at Paris Fan Fest." So, excitement.
Now, all of this is on Twitch, right? We don't have to pay for any of this, or
well,
no, wait, concerts will not be
will
broadcasted.
not be broadcasted.
Because you know why I'm sad? Because at Vegas Fan Festival, we left early to go to the other party.
That's right.
Right. Well, I don't regret that, but missed out on the concert.
I don't remember that.
Oh my god, that was so much fun. Okay. On Sunday, February 3rd, they're going to do Letter from the Producer live part XL 49. Yeah. Okay. So Yoshi P is going to be talking to us about what comes in patch 4.5 series, what's left in the second part anyway. In the second part of the show, Ayumi Name will join him to answer questions gathered from the official forums. So be ready to learn all the secrets of her designs. Then we're going to have Eorzean question time. Yoshi P will step on stage and answer questions submitted by attendees. So drop your questions in the dedicated question boxes to get those answered. Or watch him stomp off the stage when you ask for the 18th time where our fairy glamours. Glamour contest results. The results from the earlier contest. They're going to show those off. Feast Regional Championships 2018 European Finals. They're going to have the finalists. Hashtag Freetaro feels glad man. No one, Sierra, no one cares. And Young Gun Warriors fight Fang and Claw to become the Feast Regional Champions. So go away and support your favorite team.
Those are like all meme names.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Millennials, right? Is that what we're supposed to be upset about? We're older, right? We're supposed to whine about the millennials?
I think if I was 1 year younger, I would be one. But I guess I can sit on the front porch and yell at the millennials. I don't know.
I think I'm considered Gen X because I was born in '75.
Most def.
So I think I'm supposed to be like shaking my fist at you younger people now. All right, the Primals live at concert will be following the regional championships. So awesome. Oh, and that, of course, will not be broadcasted. But, oh well.
It'll rock.
It'll rock. You know it will. Want to know if Yoshi P is getting back on stage with his Byakuya kimono?
Maybe. Will we get another, what is it, rock, paper, shotgun article for this shit? I doubt it.
Oh, man. I don't remember. Oh, is that where they were, like, making fun of? I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, they said he was asking... Yeah, he was asking for, why do we get this weird shit in the community when the producer wears kimonos on stage? It was really twisted.
That's right.
We don't have to relive it.
I don't want to relive it, but, we just recently had a why don't people just grow up shit, and I'm like, fuck off, I like my games. All right.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, Bill.
All right. Valentine's Day comes to Eorzea on January 31st, so let's go get our lovin' on. Have you looked at the site? Have you seen the rewards?
I heard the feedback before I even looked at the site, and it was about the rewards.
So, first of all, people are pointing out that the entire art is all girls, and people were like saying that we have it's all about lesbians, and how Final Fantasy XIV is pushing same-sex relationships.
Oh, the gay agenda?
The gay agenda.
Are we talking about the gay agenda?
I'm going to go ask some of my lesbian friends.
What year
exactly
is this?
What is the gay agenda? I heard they get a free toaster if they convert someone.
Like at the bank?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Anyway, I'm sure. Honestly, a lot of people are actually guessing they're going to push platonic love this year, right? It doesn't have to be about romantic love. It can also be about platonic love. But, and we do see in the artwork the maze. So I wonder if we get to do the maze again. That would be, I enjoyed that last year. Oh,
that was fun.
Well, and part of the reason people are talking about platonic love is the name of the thing. Love and affection, it's not just for couples.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so, yeah, I mean, makes sense. All right. These, of course, start in Old Gridania. You have to be level 15. You have to have completed the quest. It's probably pirates. We get some cute housing items. The stuffed mammoth is adorable.
Yes.
The Valentine cake pairing. That looks like something that would sit in my house. And the lobster platter is cute. The other two weapons are weird.
That's weird.
So it's a Giga's Giga's greatsword and a culinarian Tonberry knife. And it just seems odd. Now, they rolled out a whole bunch of monster-themed weapons in the last patch, but they all went to the gold saucer. But I wonder if these are maybe related to the story? Right?
Well, they would have to be.
Right? I don't know. It seems weird and random.
It's weird to be just dedicated to one job. I mean, I guess I get, well, two jobs. But I guess I get, like, don't want to load up a bunch of inventory space. But, like, I don't even see hearts coming out of them. I don't see anything pink on them. I get the Tonberry thing. Yeah, Tonberry. I guess Gigas, is a Final Fantasy creature. But they don't even look extraordinarily special in any way. So why? And then it's just going to fill up inventory, or is this something they can put in the armoire?
I
guess I see armoire. I see armoire.
So I can honestly pretty much, I'm happy anytime I can put something in the armoire. But, well, like the culinarian secondary tool also is like, but you never see it.
Yeah, you can't pop it out and just play Tonberry. I can't turn a Lalafell green and pretend I'm a Tonberry. So what's the point?
Well, and the Gigas and the sword is kind of boring looking. I just don't understand. I don't know. I don't understand. However, there are some other cute things, and if all you have to do is have an apartment or a room in a free company house to enjoy those things, so that's fine.
Somebody said that lobster is an aphrodisiac.
Okay.
So there's that.
I'm okay with it. It just seems a little weird. Now, mind you, not every year are we going to get a cool double mount, and not every year are we going to get, another outfit, and that's okay. But these seem a little uninspired, I guess is what I'll say. But maybe they make sense in the storyline, and maybe that's okay. We'll find out, though, very, very soon. We only got a few more days till this rolls out. People are like, I'll pass. People are like, I don't like the rewards, I'm not going to do the event.
Oh, that's dumb.
That's dumb.
Just do it. You get the achievement at least.
There could be no rewards and I would still do it. Ugh. Anyway, I might skip this though. We have a winter discount reminder.
Why would you skip that?
Oh no, because it's over by the time anyone will hear this.
Oh, okay.
No, they did just have a sale. It's ending tomorrow. Optional items in the Mog Station. They did put a whole bunch of stuff on sale for what I considered more reasonable. Man, I might go quick and get these two. No, those are new.
Well, we could always load up on some giveaway items while the discounts.
Yeah, you know what?
Thank you to our Patreon.
We could buy some of this stuff. Let us reconvene after the recording and discuss. All right, but there's a sale. I also encourage people to wait for a sale, especially if you already don't like the Mog Station, but you really want something out of there.
If you listen to this podcast, you probably don't like the Mog Station because we bitch about it. So.
All right, new merchandise debuting at the Fan Festival 2019 in Paris.
Let's see what they get. Let me get pissed.
Okay, so
my god!
This is an amazing looking. I don't even get that much into these figurines, but this Ultima is beautiful and terrifying. I am
surprised. I'm surprised at its beauty, but I'm surprised at that this being debuted in the most recent 24-man has already got a figurine. It's like, hey, here's Ultima the High Seraph in game, and here's the figurine.
Yeah, but you got to think though. Development time. How long ago did they know that was going to be the boss,
and it's
right?
deep lore because Ultima Weapon is supposedly based off of Ultima the High Seraph. So.
Yeah, no, it's actually really quite beautiful. All right, and then we have this. Some people are not. This is a board game, guys. This Final Fantasy XIV Gold Saucer Cackpot Party is a board game. It's
cute.
A mini Cackpot board game inspired by the popular attraction. Break out the adorable Cactar playing pieces, and they are adorable. Grab some friends and get ready for a Cacpot frenzy. Attendees to Fan Festival, they'll be able to get they get it first, blah, blah, blah. And they said, don't worry, we'll be able to pre-order them on the Square Enix store. Pre-orders begin Sunday, February 3rd. The official release date is Saturday, March 23rd. I may pick, just as a board game lover, and I would love I'd love to take this to Kariri, who is massively, that is her passion in life, is board games. And I'd like to get her feedback on the game, the mechanics, the pieces, and see what she really thinks.
I like that idea.
Yeah. Maybe we could even talk her into coming and talking on the show about it.
Ooh, the return of Kariri. I like these. I think she would too. I like these pieces at the bottom. Those are like the coins for each of the grand companies, right? Like those are the currencies, the old currencies. Oh man,
let me. We don't have like a. Oh, it is a bigger, higher quality picture. Hang on. Let me enhance. Okay.
Enhance. Enhance.
Oh yeah, there's is that just? I bet those are 3 coins, one each side of the coin.
Yeah, and they're each side of the coin, and I think that's for Gridania, Ul'dah, and yeah, I think it's the 3 main grain companies. So anyway, it's adorable. I love the way these little cactars look.
Nice. Yeah, and that's really the quality. Custom pieces are especially like little wooden player icon or player pieces and stuff are super people love them in board gaming. So all right, let's see. Join us for Duty Commenced episode 27 on January 25th. That stuff, it's over now. I wasn't able to tune in, Ruby. I knew it was happening. I could not make it. I wanted to make it.
Well, and I wanted to too. I got home, I think, in enough time. One thing, they start this later now, which I think is amazing. I was going to tune in, but my Senna hasn't finished all of 4.5. She goes, they're going to spoil it. And I was like, okay, well, we won't tune in just in case there were spoilers on there, so she didn't have to hear any of that stuff. But we had a sad announcement.
I know. I was just so surprised.
Yeah. Our very dear Shannon Lux Ferris Matthews is leaving Square Enix and is leaving the rep team here. So we love Shannon. At Gather Together, we love Shannon. At my household, we love Shannon. In fact, when she was tweeting out that she was leaving, she used a photo that I was with her on one of those photos.
I noticed that right away.
And we love you very much, Shannon. So thank you for all you've done in the past 4 years, I believe, with the team as a rep, what you've done at Square Enix, and what you've done as a friend. You've been amazing. You've really brought life to Duty Commenced. You've been amazing at the fan festivals, and she does say that she's going to be around on Twitter, and
I still get to see Snake pictures. Is that what?
Exactly. Yeah. Yep. Oh, Snack, and we're not going to lose her completely, but it's always sad when we lose a rep, and I feel like Shannon has had a real big influence on the Final Fantasy XIV community, at least for us North American players. So, best wishes, Godspeed. We'll see you on Twitter, Shannon, but all the best.
We'll miss you.
We'll miss you.
I didn't actually watch it. It looks like they did a couple of giveaways. They gave away the Namazu plush. Oh, 1 of 5 Namazu plushes and the doggo plush.
Oh, that old thing?
It's so cute.
It is cute. Mine's on the mantle, climbing on top of all my other. Yeah, I got it like January 5th or something like that. It wasn't terribly long after the beginning of the year. It came in the mail, and this sucker is so adorable. It is beautiful, and it's big. It's a big doggo. I don't. My son Alexander, he didn't play with it very long. I think he slapped it over and then went on to other things. So I was like, you know what? You lost your turn with that, so it's going to go on the mantle with all the rest of the chocobos and all the stuff. And now I've got like this totem of like two carbuncles, and then the post Moogle sits on top of them, and then the doggo sits right on top of them. He's smiling, and the others look like, get the hell off of me. Mama Shiba.
So good. All right, and they do community commendations. This is a thing they do with the Judy Commenced. I appreciate they gather submissions, and then they feature community commendations. They feature their works on the channel, so that's awesome. All right, they had a Starlight Scenarios comic contest. I remember looking early and there weren't like very many submissions, but it looks like we got some now, huh? So they are announcing the winners of the Starlight Scenarios comic contest. That's a North American contest. And there's a list of the winners. I don't know any of these people, I think. I think this is... Oh, wait. Maybe. Yeah, Deli has a...
He's got it.
He's got one in there. I know that guy. I know some of the people in the screenshots, guys.
Okay, hold on. Let me
go
look
find
at this.
It's Deli.
Oh my gosh! Yes.
Oh my god! Right? Is that Brock? Is that Brock in the purple?
Hold on. I'm enhancing. That is Brock in the purple.
That's Brock in
indeed.
The purple. Oh, there's a row party going
Holy
on.
Smokes. Because I was with, oh my gosh, I see these two people at the bottom. I recognize them. That's me and Cinna.
Oh my god,
this is amazing.
Yes.
So I was hanging out. I think we even talked about this on the podcast in the last episode. That Deli was running around in his Santa suit, greeting people.
That. Well, I think I saw this bottom screenshot unedited. I think I saw that somewhere.
I think he tweeted it.
Yeah.
And we were just kind of hanging out, and he showed up. I think I was hanging out in Limsa in the main Crystal Plaza, and he showed up, and Cinna was on to do the most recent event. I think it was either Starlight or it was the New Year thing, but it must have been Starlight at the time. Ooh. And she had logged in to do that, and I was like, well, Deli's running around. So she went to the Grand Company spot. She saw him, so I poured it over there. And there was just a crowd of people hanging out around Deli, and he was doing emotes and stuff, and we were talking to a bunch of people. It was actually really a lot of fun for just bullshitting in the plaza. And I didn't realize that he was using these for the screenshot contest. So, wow, Deli, congratulations, sir. Thank you.
That's awesome. There's some more here that are cute too. Yeah, go to the Lodestone and check out this thread. There's some fun comics.
These are great.
And congratulations to winners. That's awesome. All right, they updated the Final Fantasy XIV fan kit. Please read and agree to the license agreement. And let's see, the Blue Mage, I jumped ahead. You can download the fan kit. What did they change? We got some wallpapers.
There were some wallpapers.
Is it the new? Oh, it's the new Requiem for Heroes wallpapers.
Yes.
So cool. Did they really do updated instead of released? Did they change that? Because that's one of the things I bitch about every week.
I think they did.
Oh my! Because I always talk about like they released a fan kit, and I'm like, you didn't release a whole new fan kit. You added 4 pictures. It's updated.
I'm actually going to the Lodestone. You know, a lot of times I build the notes for the podcast, and I didn't do it. Thank you, Yelta, for doing it this week.
Oh, no, it's
and
updated.
Usually all I do is we cut and paste, and so it always says the fan kit has been or fan kit released. It doesn't say fan kit updated. And oh my god,
it's this fan kit updated. I don't know why it's such a pet peeve of mine. I'm probably just insane, but yeah.
You know, when we say Yoshida listens to our podcast, we mean that. You know, this dev team and rep team listens to the Gather Together podcast.
All right, Blue Mage is now available. We talked briefly about Blue Mage. I think we've both had a lot of fun with Blue Mage. I think I'm I ran a lot of content with Blue Mage. I think I'm at 38 out of 49 abilities.
Oh, wow, that's awesome.
Everything I have left is in an instance dungeon. I've got all the primal ones. I've got all the overworld ones. I think, well, there might be some yet in the Masked Carnival or something. I don't know. I haven't finished the Masked Carnival. But we'll speak of Blue Mage from people who actually have touched it, I feel. So basically, however, they just pointed back at the notes, and they're like, "Here's Blue Mage, go start it in Limsa, blah 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 blah, learn some spells." Do we want to bitch about Blue Mage now, or should we save it for later?
Okay, so we have some bitching that's coming up later about what we were talking about, the spell book. Mm-hmm. I don't care, Yelta, either way. Let's
just cover it now. So, Blue Mage, first of all, I find the story fun and interesting, not only for just what Blue Mage is, but the fact that it talks about the new world, right? We've got a few teasers that there's a new world. We've got some items that come from the new world. And now we have someone who's been there, or several NPCs who have been there and come back. So that's exciting. And it's easy to pick up Blue Mage. Learning spells is a little weird. I think you talked, I feel like, positively about how you popped onto Blue Mage, teamed up with other people, ran out to kill mobs, but man, that first day, it wasn't like you could kill a bomb without someone killing it before the ability went off.
Well, there's some stupidity with people not understanding how Blue Mage, because we podcast and we read all the stuff and we've been focused on this. We knew that all you had to do was see the ability and have claim or some kind of enough hate on it, like a la Eureka or something, do enough DPS on it and you see the ability, and then you could get the ability.
You have a chance to get the ability. Yeah.
You have a chance. People believed that you had to stand in it, so people were exploding themselves all over the place. And then there were people who, they think their chocobo's doing them a favor, but all they're doing is killing the enemy before they see the ability.
Put your chocobo
so that's
on
dumb.
Healing. And oh
Please,
my god.
Or away.
Or away or on healing. Now, the first week of Blue Mage, they fixed it since, but chocobos were getting the same relative XP from overworld mobs as the Blue Mage, which is highly, highly increased. It was a bug, they fixed it. Actually, nicely enough, though, they actually buffed overworld chocobo XP across the board when they nerfed it. My personal take on that is if you cared about leveling your chocobo, you would have done it by now. But
exactly.
Yeah.
But I also noticed that the onions were selling for almost $1 million.
They were it was crazy. I almost went out to see if I had any or if we could grow some quick or whatever, but yeah. So, but not much of the content in the game funnels you through the overworld. So I could see why people would be doing that.
And the only other bitching I'd have around that was there were also griefers on that first day. There were people that were killing, what's that, Flame Sergeant, Dalvag, in North Thanalan. Yeah, so that's the sucky part about Overworld, but I guess that's what you get when you have Overworld stuff that we haven't been having with no claim system, that we haven't been dealing with because the Overworld was just kind of put off to the side in Final Fantasy XIV.
My other irritation is I have a few, but one of my biggest irritations is the Blue Mage spellbook, right? Mm-hmm. It's not in order, right? So the first number one spell on the first page you get is Water Cannon, and that's given to you through the storyline, and which is what I expected because you have to be able to kill things using something. So, but that, you could have an ability that comes from a level 15 mob, and then you could have stuff that only comes from level 50 dungeons, and then you could have one that you can get from a level 6 mob, and then you could have, it's not in any sort of order. I, on day one, wanted to play Blue Mage the way I felt it was intended. Log in, look for clues in the Blue Mage spellbook, go and, murder the mobs that it hinted at. Well, it doesn't really work that way. First of all, a lot of the spells are like the entire zone of North Shroud. But you don't know what ability. You don't know what mob family type. You don't know anything. And it was gross. And I understand perhaps the idea was they wanted everyone to go out, kill everything in northern Thanalan, and report back. Well, what really happened was people mined the files and put out spreadsheets and whatever. And I really, really, really tried to ignore that. I tried to ignore that, and I've heard really good things about entire free companies who decided they were going to go out, not look at any guides. They were only going to kill mobs, party up, kill mobs, and exchange in-game information. And they had a blast. And I feel like this is the way it was intended, but the book doesn't help you. The book, no. And not only does the book not help you, if it tells you that something comes out of a primal fight, it lists the extreme fight. Only 2 of the primal abilities come out of an extreme fight. You can get them in easier versions.
Yeah.
It's just not, the book is not done well. The book should have given you it doesn't have to tell you the mob maybe. It should either maybe tell you the name of the spell you're trying to learn, or the mob family you're trying to learn it from.
Right.
Something. That is my biggest gripe with one of my biggest gripes with Blue Mage is what the fuck spellbook.
Yeah, and I guess lore-wise, they try to make it like this guy has a shitty spell book that he put together, but that it doesn't necessarily mean that they should really have a shitty spell book. It should be, that wasn't. I guess I get the point of Blue is to learn the spells, but it's to learn the spells, not to just be so fucking confused that you have no idea where you're going and all that. And I know we're all supposed to help each other, whatever, but that's. No, I'm not really feeling it that way. I'm with you, Yelta. I think the book should be at least ordered like level 1 through level 50. Put all the primal ones at the very last page, and put the dungeon ones at or organize them differently, where it's like overworld versus dungeon versus something, and then they should say at least the job family that it comes from, or a sketch or something. You click it and it
like
shows the sketch of the mob.
Yeah,
something to that effect. It could have been a little cooler, and if they worked so long on it, why is the UI not cool enough to do that? They've done better things over the years, because when we go back to the old days of like Atma and stuff, it was very raw. The Atma were all the same color or something, and it just wasn't good. And then they finally got a little better, and then there was a UI that showed a spiral and different things, and so it got better as the relic stuff went along. But it's almost like they don't learn that whenever
no one learned the lessons of earlier.
Yeah, I don't understand that. So and I've got some other bitchings, and I'm sure that you probably have them too. And of course, these bitchings again are within what Blue Mage is. These don't have to do with I wish it was a unlimited job, but these are bitchings within what Blue Mage has come out to be. And one of those is, and I read this from some high level people who were like Blue Mage dead on arrival. Is that Blue Mage itself should have felt like so overpowered it would have been ridiculous to go into things. The bitching I've heard is if this job was so overpowered that we couldn't bring this into real content, why can't you do solo content with it? So if this job is supposed to be meant to solo stuff, why can't you do solo content? If it's so supposed to be overpowered that you were supposed to not take this into to normal content, why can't I kill shit with Blue Mage? Why do 4 Blue Mages struggle to get through a dungeon? This should be like, as a solo player and I do the primals, I should maybe get out by the skin of my teeth and have some difficulty but still be able to beat it, and then have a field day if I take 4 or 8 Blue Mages into some content. And I don't know why it's that way. I don't know why it seems very difficult to be. I thought 50 Blue Mage would play like a 70 normal job.
Or 60, right? Or
at least a 60.
A 60. I felt like Blue Mage feel like a level 55 or 60 player playing in a synced level 50 dungeon. That's what I expected to go in there or team up or whatever. Well, and one of the things was, okay, so one of the first Blue Mage quests was at level 20. Go into Tamtara and learn Mind Blast?
Yeah.
Well, you got it on your first try. Yay. I did not. First of all, you can use the party finder, and I did. I found 3 other blue mages. We went in, but we didn't learn it. They have since fixed that. I have a real problem, especially... I don't have a problem with making you team up and having a low drop rate and whatever, except for this game doesn't follow that path. That breaks... I want them to try new things, but this kind of breaks the mold of I level up, I pick up my class or my job quest, I'm able to do my job quest, and I'm done. I was like level 25 before I could finish it because I had run Tamtara so many times till I finally got Mind Blast. Now they fixed that. Mind Blast you get the first time you see it, guaranteed. Glower you get the first time you see it, guaranteed. And that's okay. I think that's fine. I think that's actually correct. They listened and they adjusted. I'm hoping against hope they will listen and adjust. They need to up all of our potencies. They need to, I also firmly believe they need to give us some more gear, some more weapons. We need something to progress on. So many people have hit 50, done all of the Masked Carnival, they have learned every spell, and now they're like, and now what? They need to follow up here pretty rapidly with, we can either start working our way to level 55, and I'm okay. I think at this point, the curve, I expected it to take a lot longer to level. And I didn't do that where you use an ability and quick switch to another class, switch back to Blue Mage and reap the rewards. I didn't do that. I just murdered stuff 6 levels above me while, waiting for a party finder thing to pop.
Yep.
It did not take that long to get to 50. And I expected it to, take longer to get to 50. I thought there would be more of a sense of progression of, I'm level 25. I will, kill level 31 mobs, including ones I have a chance to get my spells from. And it didn't feel like that at all. It was not, and so inconsistent. So many of the spells require dungeons. So many of the spells require, I fully expected the primals like we talked about earlier. I fully expected the primal fights to require us even to not just take a party of 8 blue mages even. I expected us, I thought some of it was an experiment in making us be social, join up with other people, and yeah, you get some drama with that. You get parties where 4 and 4 and switch after, every 5 runs or something. I had a lot of really good ones. I had some fun ones. There was a lot of chatting with pure strangers, pugs. It was, I have had a lot of fun in doing blue mage, but it's just, it's weird and inconsistent and not powerful enough to really, really require that limited job.
Yeah. Another thing with the spells is that, and I don't have all the spells yet either. I'm a lot further behind than you are, but there's so many of them are just like debuffy type things, and I don't feel like I'm doing like a lot of damage and stuff. I just don't feel badass. And I guess that kind of goes along with, I'm not trashing mobs that I thought I was going to be. I just don't feel badass like they made it seem like I was going to be. I was just going to have a bunch of overpowered abilities and shooting spikes from my fists and ice arrows and all this other cool shit. And I'm just not getting it. Is Goblin Punch in any of these? I don't guess we have that one
I don't
yet.
think Goblin Punch. Now, mind you, they've listed that they have tons of spells planned out for us.
Sure, Magic Missile, I'm sure, is one of those. But it's like those are the ones that, like, I kind of want to see those things happen and just really blow away something. And I'm just not getting that kind of appeal when I do it. And I mentioned this earlier, too, was with the Masked Carnival. I know there is some difficulty with it. I've saw some tweets about, I don't understand, like, for a puzzle, this is a fucking puzzle, trying to figure out all the Masked Carnival stuff. But also, I've seen the video of somebody going in within like 3 to 8 seconds. You just kind of tap, explode, and then you've beaten the last boss of the Masked Carnival. And it's like, well, is that really how it was designed? That you just explode on them and then you win?
Well,
I don't know.
and I think as far as doing stuff weekly, I think knowing how to do the fight, knowing the trick of the fight is definitely the one I'm stuck on now. Well, I'm not stuck. I've tried it once, but it's very obvious that with the first few trash mobs, I'm supposed to stand in this, drag these over there, touch one button, explode it, and that act should be over. I feel like that's intended, and I feel like the rewards, so many poetics. I think the rewards equal, even on the weekly, there's a weekly challenge log, I think, for it. And I think pretty much, for the most part, how many are there in the mass cards? Are there 50? I can't remember.
Perhaps.
But, I feel like some levels some of the acts are supposed to be easy. Some of them are supposed to be hard. Some people were like really upset that some of them required going and farming out abilities. And I'm like, but that's the point of the fucking job. They're like, I can't do this one till I get Diamond back. Then I'm like, well then create a group that's going to hunt Diamond back.
Well, that seems normal to me.
Yeah.
That I would expect. You need to go get your abilities, and there should be a spot where you get stuck until you go back and get that ability. That totally makes sense with the job to me, and I appreciate that part of it.
I fully expect the next, when they release more of the Masked Carnival, I'm hoping they take the kid gloves off. I'm hoping they're like, if you don't perform in the top 75%, you're not gonna clear this. You need to have the right spells and use them correctly, and they give a lot of hints. I didn't expect when you queue up to do it, it tells you all the mobs you're fighting, what they're weak to, what they're strong to, that no binds will work on them or whatever. But then when you go in there, it literally puts over their head what they're weak to.
Oh, I don't like that.
Yeah, that's gross. I really expected them to be like, okay, let you study up, figure out how to do it, and then go do it. But it's...
I mean, you should know as a Final Fantasy player, you should. I'm sure it's Final Fantasy XIV, but flying enemies should be weak to lightning and things. If it's blowing ice at you, you should try fire on it. If it's water, you should try lightning on it. That kind of thing.
So I haven't made it super far into the Masked Carnival, but I'm not really expecting any sort of super challenge. And there's nothing to do after you finish it. It was too quick to get to 50. It's too... I don't want to say easy. With a time sink, you can get your abilities. But, I know people who are still like, for 120 on like Ifrit's Eruption or something, but...
Well, and I guess that leads into the dead on arrival stuff. What do you do when you've cleared Masked Carnival? If it's not fun enough to go solo stuff to try to get... pieces for, make some primal weapons or do something else or some glamour or whatever else. So what else are you supposed to do with it at this point? So to me, I'm glad they put it in 4.5. They didn't wait till 5.0. Maybe they'll have major fixes by 5.0. Mm-hmm. So that's a good thing. I'm not complaining that it's in now. I don't understand that argument. But at the same time, it should have had a little bit more longevity. Maybe they'll be able to pump some more, Carnival stuff into it between now and then, but I'm not expecting that. So the Carnival should have had some more longevity to it, or it should have been more difficult. I don't like that I'm hearing that they softball it to you, because if anything, that should have been the hard part. The level into 50, that's not a hard part. The getting the abilities should be a little, medium difficulty. And then at that point, if you want to do the hard thing and do Masked Carnival, great. If you just want to use it to help your friends clear Coil, that should have been where it was at. And I'm kind of sad that the Carnival isn't what I thought it was going to be. But again, I haven't done it yet, so hopefully, by the next episode, I've got some of that done and I can share some of my opinions on it.
It needs adjustments, and it needs, I think, a gear progression. Really, I think that's kind of like something maybe that they lock out weekly or something. I don't know. It needs, I know, Yelta's saying I need weekly lockouts for Blue Mage. But, something to give it some longevity, but also some advancement. All right, but go read the patch notes, go play it for yourself. I'd love to hear people's replies on this. There seems to be even the people like me who were like, well, wait and see, I can see what would be a problem, are still finding the job weak and inconsistent in its design. So let us know what you think. All right, we already mentioned this, but the Letter from the Producer Live is going to be at the Fan Festival. They're going to talk about patch 4.55. I hope we learn lots of good, exciting, fun things. The Feast Season 11 results were revealed as Season 12 commences. I don't follow a whole lot of PvP, but congratulations to the winners, and I hope people are having fun in the new season. What are we?
They haven't released that new Astrologos thing yet, have they?
I thought there was a new something that came with the last patch.
Well, I tried to look for it right when the patch dropped, and I didn't see it yet. So the new robots, Rock'em Sock'em.
Oh, A B C D E F G H J K L M N O is ranked in the there.
I see it.
Yeah, I see her. There she is. I do see some of this. The people who like PvP must always play, because I keep seeing when I hit Primal and I scroll down, I see names.
Yep, I see the same names. Typically.
Relatively. So I'm hoping it's fun for them. I feel bad that I don't do it. And some Friday night or something, we should just stream and do some PvP.
Yes,
yay, that'd be fun. All right, they did release the Letter from the Producer Live something 8 digest, and it's available to be viewed on the official forums. So, but it's the slides of stuff we've already seen. So
yeah, it's 4.5.
All right, so that's the news, right? I think we got through that faster than I thought.
That wasn't terrible. Forgive me for earlier.
I feel like I was gonna oh man, I did so much stuff, but it's but I'm not gonna tell you about every wipe and learning the new EX Primal. So let's see what's on tap. We do have a developers blog, Tried and Blue. They discuss Blue Mage. This came out the day before Blue Mage came out, so they're talking about Blue Mage spells. They have a picture of the spell book, and they show off the Masked Carnival UI and a dead Blue Mage. So go read it, but honestly, go play it. They say Blue Mage is a very strong, fun job to play. I think it needs to be stronger, guys. I think.
Speaking of dead Blue Mages, have they fixed this? I heard that people, if they can make it to the top of that one pole, people were still yelling it. Yes, I almost that if you can die, I want to do it.
I almost
that if you explode yourself, that somebody will raise you, and you'll raise at the position that you where the person's standing on top of the light post, and then you can get your sightseeing log complete.
I don't think they fixed it, and in fact, I'm trying to decide. I'm trying to decide if I care. Really, right?
I'm not going to make that fucking jump. There's no way I'm making the Kugani Tower jump.
I'll never do it. In fact, I don't know. I'll never be able to do it.
I want to cheat, Yelta.
It's not cheating. It might be.
Is it exploiting?
It might be exploiting an unintended effect. I don't think it's cheating, but I think it could be an exploit.
Oh, well, listeners, don't tell anybody.
All right, we were going to talk about the Blue Mage spellbook in Let's Take Some Shots, but I think we did.
Yeah.
My note in the notes, by the way, guys, was Blue Mage spellbook kinda sucks. All right, happy hour, listener questions and fan mail. We have a lovely email from Mary Clark. Thank you so much for emailing us. It says, "Hi guys, I wanted to talk to y'all since you asked for it last episode. I've been enjoying the podcast for a while and wanted to share what I've been doing in game recently, since y'all do that every week. When you were running your Starlight contest, I submitted my wish for a more active free company. Well, a lot has happened, and now I'm co-leading a new free company. We have a house, airship, and our rank 8. And the most important thing is lots of fun people who like to play the game. So I just want to thank you all for all you do. I really enjoy listening to you guys talk about the game. It's great hearing from 2 amazing Warriors of Light who've played since 1.0 and the other Final Fantasy games. Anyways, thanks for all you do, and I hope you all have a great 2019.
Oh,
that's
wow.
so sweet. Thank you.
That's awesome. Thank you, Clark. Mary Clark. That's incredible. So maybe we get some Starlight luck went your way, and you got the wish that you wished for. I feel like a lot of good things are going to happen in 2019. So keep your chin up. Stay positive. I've had a lot of tweets about that recently. Stay positive in 2019. I think this is going to be a good year. We're going to get out of the shit funk that was 2018.
Well, I keep getting hopeful with so since we talked about new people joining the free company, and we joined Brock's got a nice cross world link shell. We got people coming into the link shell all the time too. It's like some of us who have been playing a really long time, we take breaks a lot, and we come back, and we sometimes forget, that other people are new, and we want to help, but you have to ask for help, and it's just nice knowing that there are still a lot of people who are, fun and want to play the game together and want to play with us. So I like playing with it. I like getting a tell, hey, can I get an invite to your link shell or your free company, or do you want to come help run this, or I love the pot, whatever. So I do really hope we have a good night 2019. I hope all of our listeners have a good 2019. 2018 didn't always have amazing things, so I want to be hopeful in this new year that we get to have a lot of fun in and out of the game. All right, do you have any more shout outs? I got nothing tonight.
I think I blew my load at the beginning, but go check out Work to Game on YouTube. Go check out She Heals I Tank on Twitch. That stuff is going to be happening this coming weekend, so be sure to check that stuff out. And of course, we will be tweeting out any of the collaborations and things we do. So stay tuned. It's going to be a good week.
Well, you know why I was late for the podcast today?
Why's that?
Because I was responding to Remix Sakura's hey, I'm streaming, want to come run some content I'm streaming on Musecast, so...
Ooh, yeah, and we love Musecast too.
Well, and I've met her a few times now. She is a nice person. I enjoy seeing her all the time. She has an alt on Excalibur that joined our free company. We don't require you to play your mains with us. That's one of the things we don't kick you out for not playing your main in our free company.
Yeah.
Yeah, we like to play with as many people as we can. I'm kind of tentatively excited for the new cross data center teleports. I'm kind of looking forward to what that might mean and who we can play with on a more regular basis.
And if you're confused, I actually have some slides that can show you how you can go from
I'm not sure how that's going to work.
They're little arrows, but they'll show you how to go from one aetheryte to another.
You're killing me, Ruby. You're killing me. All right, then I guess it's closing time. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. You can find links of all of our episodes and blog posts on our website, www.gtffxiv.com. While you're there, please leave us a comment. And if you'd like to, you can support us by clicking the donation button. You can find us on Twitter at GTFFXIV. Email us at gtffxiv@gmail.com. Please rate us. Personal plugs, Ruby.
Yes, you can find me on Twitter at RubiconVale, RubiconVale.
And you can find me on Twitter at YeltaSumasu, YeltaSumasu. As always, thank you for listening, and we will catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.